everybody? How is it going today? I hope you guys are all having a blessed day today. And as you can see, today we are talking about sloth. And this is day 7 out of 7 of talking about the 7 deadly sins. So let's get straight into the video. Guys. Today we are talking about sloth, the last deadly sin. Sloth is pretty much, to put it simply, you don't want to do stuff and you don't want to be disciplined in doing stuff. And that it could be different with it can be different with everybody. Like some of you guys, for example, like don't want to go to the gym, or you guys don't want to do your homework, you guys just don't want to work. You guys just don't want to work. And sloth is one of those sins that come at right when you wake up. You are instantly tempted with sloth. And a lot of you guys, and that is, do you want to wake up or do you want to stay in bed and go back to sleep, and or maybe like scroll on TikTok for like an hour or so. And that's something we have to make those decisions. Some of you guys, including me, like obviously, like I'm all like, you guys seen, if you guys been clicking in for all of these 7 videos, you guys know I'm a victim to all of these sins. Like I make these sins and I make these mistakes all the time. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so we are tempted into sin right when we wake up, and that is the sin of sloth. And right when we wake up, right when we get out, or we have the choice to get out of bed or not. Like, do we want to get out of bed or do we want to? It's really these decisions. And really what I see with like all of slothful temptations that we get on the daily basis, there's always an excuse that follows after it. Like maybe like every time you guys are going into sloth and you guys are, you guys are faced with slothful temptations, there's always an excuse that follows. And what I mean by that is, if you guys don't want to go to the gym, there's like an excuse that follows after that. Or if you guys don't want to work, there's like an excuse that follows after that. Obviously, like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like you guys know the excuses that you are telling yourself in your mind every time you're dealt with a slothful temptation, and that's how you get into being a slothful person and being a lazy person. So now that we've explained how sloth works and how sloth attacks us on a daily basis, we need to learn how to fight it. And fighting sloth is, we've also talked about how each of these sins are like a long-term battle. Like I've worked to overcome these sins for such a long time, and I'm still struggling. Like guys, this is a lifelong battle. And Satan is always going to try to tempt us and all of these things. But what we want to talk about on how overcoming sloth is to have a disciplined mind. So sloth, as I said with a couple other these sins, not only affects us physically but spiritually. Like we can be physically slothful, like not getting out of bed, or we can be spiritually slothful in a way that like we don't want to pray or we don't want to read our Bibles. And there's like the biggest slothful thing I see today is we don't want to read our Bibles at all. Like there's always an excuse for not reading your Bible. There's you guys are always finding excuses to go on your phones instead of reading the Bible. And you know, you have to have a disciplined mind in order to be consistently reading your word and to consistently be in the Word of God, as well as praying and fasting and all the holy things that we do as Christians, or need a disciplined mind before that. So how do we find discipline in our lives? Discipline is discipline is consistency in your life. It's those split-second decisions that you have to make on a daily basis on the slothful temptations, and they could come so like mysteriously or like undercover as like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like sloth comes like very like sneaky, as well as other temptations like lust and all those other sins. But what we have to know in those split-second decisions is to be consistently disciplined, and disciplined is being uncomfortable, guys. I'm pretty much like re-explaining like one of the other, I forgot what video I was talking about, but like a lot of these sins require discipline and being uncomfortable, being comfortable in the uncomfortable on a daily basis to overcome the temptation. Like guys, there's really not much I can tell you. Like if you guys want like a secret formula and like a hack in order to like beat temptation, like I'm sorry guys, but that's not going to happen. 99% of sins require discipline and motivation and consistency. So we are going to get in our first Bible verse of the day, and we are reading from Proverbs chapter 18 verse 9, and it says, "He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster." Guys, you guys have so much potential in your life. Like, I don't care who's watching right now, you have potential. You have so much potential. Like, I'm sure there's so much you're good at right now. Whoever's watching, you have so much you're good at. You have endless opportunity to pursue what you love and desire. And if you are lazy in your work, like, you're wasting that potential, and you're wasting what God has given you and the plan that God has given you. So what I want to say is, guys, you have so much potential, and if you just have a disciplined mind and discipline your mind, not only discipline spiritually but also physically. So get into our second Bible verse, which is very similar. We just have to flip the page. We are reading from Proverbs again right now. We've been in the book of Proverbs almost every video. Is insane. I love the book of Proverbs. But we are reading from Proverbs chapter 21 verse 25, and it says, "The desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor." The desire of the slothful killeth him. Guys, we're pretty much like, to interpret this verse, it says the desire of the slothful killeth him, like killeth his mind. And guys, what I want you to know is every time you fall to those split-second decisions of slothful temptations, like every time you want to stay in bed and scroll on TikTok and instead of like getting up and reading your word, getting in your word and praying, like, you guys are weakening your mind. And it's going to get to a point, guys, I don't want to scare you, but there's going to get to a point where if you keep going in on those slothful temptations and keep pursuing them, you're going to get to a point where your mind is so weak that it's so hard to come back from. And you guys are just going to waste all your potential, because you once had potential, but you have weakened your mind so much that there's just no opportunity for that anymore. Because your mind is just fixed on, okay, I'm lazy and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, and I have this excuse and I have that excuse. And, guys, we have to be disciplined. The consequences of sloth, like, it weakens your mind and it also weakens your body. If you stay lazy, guys, it weakens your body, and then again, you guys have so much potential to do so much good in this world, and guys, just go after like the things like you desire and you love, because God has a plan for you. Like, this is gonna be a separate video, like, about how you guys have so much potential and that you guys just need to chase after your dreams, because that's going to be in another video. We're talking about sloth today, yeah, in order to summarize this video, sloth, again comes at the beginning of the day, right when you wake up. You are faced with sloth. Do you want to wake up, or do you want to stay in bed, or do you want to wake up? Do you want to read your word? Do you want to pray? Do you want to have a strong mind? Do you want to have a strong, disciplined mind? Do you? That's up to you guys. That's up to you. The devil wants, the enemy wants you to have a weak mind, and wants you to keep falling after the sloth, and wants you to keep being lazy, and wants you to keep not doing what you love. Because every time you do that, you're weakening your mind, and you're weakening your relationship with Christ. And he wants you to stay down, and he doesn't want you to get up. But you guys have to get up every single time, because you guys are strong, and I love you all. So how do we overcome sloth? It is having a strong, disciplined mind, and to be consistently denying temptation when it comes. I'll have another video on denying temptation, like in depth, on how we can do it in our daily life. But everyone has their way of denying temptation, if it's either walking away or praying or any of that stuff. So yeah, that will conclude for this video. This is the end of this series. Wow, we have filmed so many videos, and I really hope you guys watch it. But before we end this video, I want to end on a Bible verse, and you guys need to stick with me, since I did not mark this Bible verse. We are in 1 Corinthians. We are reading my favorite Bible verse that I know, and that this will help you guys. If I can find it again, please stick with me. Please stick with me. It's gonna be worth it. I promise you. I promise you. And I think we may just have to get to, we're reading from 1 Corinthians, which is in page 634. And we are reading from chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 10. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm making you wait. I really wanted to mark this Bible verse, but I think I forgot. But we're reading from my favorite Bible verse, and guys, this is how I wanted to conclude for such a long time on this series, since this will help you deny temptation and deny every single 7 deadly sin, and denying the 7 deadly sins and overcoming can be concluded with this single Bible verse. We're reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, and it says, "There hath no temptation taken you, but such as common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye be able to bear it." Okay, guys. I am so glad if you guys just watched this video, or if you tuned into a couple other videos. I'm so glad you guys watched them, and I would appreciate, guys, if you guys liked it or subscribed or anything like that. No pressure. But guys, I love you all. We will be back next week with our next video, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.